Let it be known to us all that I have to answer the same questions every single day. I answer them so frequently, and I think it's about time that I create a video, so anyone who has these questions, me or maybe you could just link them to this video, right? Okay, cool. So there's really no other reason why I'm making this video except I've run out of time to answer all your comments. So if I just do this in one quick video, then I should be able to cover everything. Now, the first question and most common question is, why won't you release more creatures module?
Whatever happened to that?
Where is the next
item?
Didn't you say you were working on a map recently?
When are you
So you should be
releasing the
working on
Tempest
right now.
Box mod pack?
Okay, so there's a lot of things I need to clear up here. Not every project I've started on this channel is going to be finished. For example, my Mastermind map, which has like 200 views and people are still asking for it surprisingly, that's been cancelled, right? I might revisit it another time, but I can't promise anything. My Rush Hour map, again, completely abandoned, probably won't revisit it for a very long time. My CTM map, I really want to revisit it. I'm putting the whole project on hold now, but that is definitely something I want to work on in the future. My PvP map that I was trying to work on before, that is not being cancelled, instead it's going to be reimagined. I don't want all those amazing arenas to go to waste, and I am working very hard to get that out to you guys. I'm also working with the Redstone Scientist at the moment. We're kind of planning the writing process of a new map. I'm not entirely sure if that's going to go ahead, but I'm really hoping it will, because I'm excited about it, he's excited about it, everything is great. Whether or not it's possible though is another thing entirely, because it is very ambitious, and if it's not possible then it's not possible, but we really want this to work. The thing that I get asked for the most though are my enchanted engines and my More Creatures module, and people also ask about when the mod pack is going to be released. Okay, so I am compacting those things into one command, and I am trying to weed out all the bugs that you guys have been submitting, because there are a ton of bugs, and I want to make this system absolutely flawless before I release anything as a one command. The enchanted engines will be the first thing to be released, all of them, including my growth aura, all that kind of stuff. The second thing to be released will be my More Creatures module. I'm just finalizing the creatures, make sure their spawn rates are balanced and making sure the creatures themselves are also balanced as well. So it's not like I'm not working on it, it's just that I want it to be perfect. And I know that nothing is perfect, but there's no harm in trying for that. And then the third thing that will come after that will be my Tempest tools. So my telekinetic bow, my gravity crystals, that kind of stuff. Also debating about whether or not each module should be a separate video, or if an entire category of modules should be just all in one video. Not really sure about that kind of stuff, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so moving on, I get tons and tons of comments and tweets about people who want to work with me. And you guys have absolutely no idea how many of these requests I get every day. People are always wanting to work on maps with me, people are always wanting to work on commands with me, people are always wanting to help me, which is great. I'm very grateful for that. But I don't want to offend anyone here, but I'm not really in a position where I can just work with people I haven't quite met yet. I mean, yes, I do work with other YouTubers, but as far as working with just the general public, I mean, you guys aren't general, you're all special in your very unique ways. I'm not in a position where I can reach out to all of these requests to make commands and make maps together, because while that would be cool, it's just not a realistic thing you can expect of me, and I just can't live up to all these ideas that you guys are sending me or your suggestions. Sometimes it's just not viable, and there's nothing I can do about that, except maybe do this as a full-time job. This channel isn't near and big enough to be full-time though, so I just don't have time. I have 2 jobs besides my YouTube channel, and I just don't have time to collaborate with many people anymore. So I hope you guys understand that. It's not a problem with you, it's just that it's just not a realistic thing. I get a lot of fan art it's fantastic the amount of fan art I get. It's pretty awesome. Now, the best way you guys can send me fan art if you want to is via Twitter. Now, I almost always will retweet that stuff. I will always make sure that you guys get the exposure, because I know that art is very hard. I can barely do it myself. You can probably see that by the looks of my thumbnails. And I have a lot of graphic designers which have sent me various things. Like at the end of my video, there's this thing created by Nerboom, or Cookie Animations IL, where it says follow me on Twitter. That was created by him, and I always link him in the description of my videos. Little graphic things like that I will sometimes use for a little while, and sometimes I can just move on from them as well, because I adopt different styles. I mean, you know that outro that I used to use sometimes? I don't always use that. I do use it sometimes, but it's just the change in style of my videos. I don't really think that outro is really necessary anymore. Same with the intros. I don't really like to bother with intros very much, because many people don't like intros basically, and they just want to jump straight into the action. I mean, a lot of professional YouTubers have intros, but it's just my channel isn't big enough to have that kind of branding on it yet. So I do use intros sometimes, but I generally don't stick with them forever, and that's why that happens. Profile pictures I will rarely use. The current profile picture I have right now, I'll overlay it on the screen, is made by Your Average Spearman, which is great profile picture. It's very mature. It's perfect for the channel basically, so that's why I'm using it right now. I get many requests for tutorials. Now, sometimes I get requests for tutorials that I've already done, and if you ever see someone requesting a tutorial I've already done, then please link the tutorials page on my website to them, because that won't be blocked by YouTube. It doesn't need approving by me, so you can feel safe linking that, and you won't be blocked by YouTube, don't worry. And it's very helpful if you do that, because it saves me time. It gives me more time to work on videos, because while I do like answering all my comments, sometimes I've reached the point now where I wake up in the morning and I have 30 notifications on YouTube, I have 13 notifications on Twitter, and then I have like 8 notifications on Skype. It's ridiculous. I'm overwhelmed every day, and I just find myself skipping through tons and tons of comments because I just don't have time. So if you guys ever see someone requesting a tutorial that I've already done, please link that page to them, and hopefully it will answer all of their questions, and it will help me and it will help them as well. However, if you are requesting a tutorial that I haven't done yet, chances are, if it's a normal command like the scoreboard command, I'm gonna do a tutorial on that eventually, and like tags, things like that, then you can probably guarantee that I'm going to cover it eventually, because I'm trying to cover every single command at the moment. Also, things about MBT tags, I've just started doing that. My last video was about MBT tags about the creeper. I'm also planning to do these things about armor stands, general mobs, skeletons, zombies, horses, pigs, that kind of stuff. So hopefully I will be able to answer all of your questions about entity MBT tags that way. And then after I do that, I'll start using item MBT tags, which they're going to be a little bit more complicated to explain, but I'll try my best to explain them. Jragon, can you please help me with this command? It's not really working for me, and I would appreciate it if you could help. Yes, I love helping people. It's awesome. I just can't get to everyone at every time, so it might take me a few hours or a few days to respond. If I don't respond to you at all, don't be afraid to repost your comment on a different video. Don't say, please check my other comment, because I won't know what you're referring to. But if you just copy and paste your comment into a new video, then I'll have a high chance of reading it. So if you're struggling with a command, I am more than happy to help you with it. Alright, so just paste in the commands that you're using so I can identify the problem, because it's usually just a simple problem like you used a capital letter where you shouldn't have, or there was a comma in a wrong spot. I can help you diagnose the problem, but only if you post the commands that you're using. So if you're ever having problems, don't hesitate to tell me. You're not disturbing me, you're not bothering me. It's what I'm here for. It's why I have a YouTube channel. My last question for today. Are you planning on doing a survival series with your mod pack? And the answer is, as soon as it's released. And as soon as I get out an episode of Evotech SMP, which is a completely new story. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening to this. Geez, 10 minutes runtime. That's way too long. I'm gonna have to edit some of this, or maybe not. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you all for listening in to what I have to say about the channel. Not quite big enough to be a full-time channel, so as you can tell, I am time constrained. I mean, I have 2 jobs, and that should speak for itself, because this channel is way too small to run on its own. Once it gets a little bit bigger, I might be able to quit one of the jobs, because I will be able to sustain myself a little bit more, but at the moment that's not happening, and yeah, that's just the current situation with the channel. I'll post as many videos as I can. I'm currently uploading 1 every 2nd day. There was a point for a while where I was uploading 2 a day, and that got a little bit spammy, so I restrained myself to 1 a day, and now I don't even have time for that. So I hope you guys understand. Thanks everyone for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.